Promise? All right. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Bold and Unique Living with Katrina Loco.
All right. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
you ready? Okay.
All right.
What is bold and unique living? Bold and unique living is living the life that you actually was created for. Did you know that? Well, most of us didn't, because we're told at school or we're told by religious organizations that we're supposed to be and act a certain way. We're supposed to have certain careers. We're supposed to have certain friends and certain places to live. And so you conform to somebody else's standard for your life. But once you discover who you are, you can never allow the prison doors to capture you again. You just won't do it. I'm telling you, when I discovered who I was free, and I lived this bold and unique lifestyle like never before. Today I have a guest with me. He and I was talking about this bold and unique lifestyle and talking about going for your dreams and being who you are authentically to be. Did you know that you need to be who you were created? I cannot say that enough. But I want you to help me welcome Mr. Dwight Mathis. Hi, Dwight. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I am so excited that you're joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, I like that fresh flavor, the young, the old, the wise, maybe. Something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm liking that it's coming together, because the one thing that I just cannot say this enough either is that we need to bridge the gaps between the generations, because you guys got a lot of stuff that we absolutely need, and we have stuff that you need. And I feel that when we bring it together, we're going to create an excellent masterpiece. Because what I want people to understand is, if you let go of the old model and grab a hold, find your place in the new model, your life will be so much better, because people are still expecting or hunting for the old thing to work for them.
Yeah.
But it's not. The older televisions, they don't work with the new technology. You can't even get an antenna on them. The old antennas that we used to have,
Yeah.
they don't work on it. You can't do that anymore. You need to trash everything that is old and really come over to the tech side and learn how to work it. Don't be too afraid to learn how to work it, learn how to explore, because you might find out that you really could create your own income, your own space in that industry,
Yeah.
but you won't know if you don't try.
Yeah.
You just really won't. And I'm just so excited to be working with you here at the network.
Thank you.
And really just doing some new things. I've learned a lot from you since I met you, and
Cool.
I'm not opposed to learning from those younger than me, because it's needed. I
It is.
welcome it. I really do, because in order for me to go further and be better, I have to learn the things that I
too.
don't know.
Yep.
And we all should be learning things that we don't know.
And I think that's another issue, is
Yeah.
that we stop learning. You know, like when you're in, ever since pre-K, you have a
Yeah.
teacher, and through that whole span of education, you have teachers. Teachers.
Teachers, yes.
And your parents are your first teachers.
Yes.
But then when you get to a point where you graduate college, and all of a sudden you don't have a teacher.
Yes.
And so it's building a community of creative experts who can teach one another
Yes.
things that they know. I've partnered up with Republic of Good People. They've turned into really great friends of ours, but
Wow.
their primary is they're business consultants, and they're my age, and but they have so much knowledge of how to transform a business, and so much knowledge of what not to do
Right.
when you're starting a new venture.
Right.
And just hearing them and getting their whole history in perspective, and trying to absorb that, it's almost mind-boggling. You know what I mean? Because I've never heard this
Wow.
type of knowledge before. I didn't learn this in school. I didn't learn this in
No,
college. I'm
no.
learning it from my peers.
Yes.
And I think that's extremely important, especially for entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
Is
it
that
is.
if you're creative Don't get so caught up with your ideas that you think that you know everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, great. You have great art. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone
Yeah.
else respects that. But what if you had the left brain as well? What if you pump that
Yes.
left brain up as
Yes.
well, so where you can be equally creative and equally logical as far as having a great business sense.
Yes.
You'll have both.
Yeah.
And so I encourage all artists and all creatives to really learn the business side of things, because that's only
Yes.
going to progress you further. And if you create an ecosystem of those same people, then think
Wow.
about it. You
Oh
know what
my
I mean?
God, yes.
If you create an ecosystem of creatives and everyone has the creative and business into
Yes.
them, imagine the
Yes.
expansion of that. Will be
wow.
tremendous.
Wow, look at so much, a lot of the problems will be solved.
Hmm.
Really, they would be, because a lot of the problems, there's somebody have a solution, but here's the thing, not one person has a solution.
Yeah.
Collectively,
Definitely.
there's a solution. And so if you never find each other or
Mhm.
you never bring your talents,
Mhm.
then guess what? The solutions will not come.
Definitely.
They will not
I mean,
come.
if
and
you're
so,
if you're one person, you're a computer. Your brain is a computer.
yes.
But when people say, like, what is God, or what's out there? What else is out there? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like your one brain can't handle this massive truth of what all of this is, and what life
No.
is. You know what I mean? But if you connect and collect with other brains, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's been influenced here, influenced there. If you collect all those brains together, you may not figure out what exactly is out there, but you'll be closer.
Yes.
Or if you want to just bring that down a degree and say, hey, how can we be the best group
Yes.
of creatives and best group of business people that we can be? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And go from there.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I'm just so glad. We'll have to do another segment at
Definitely, I
some
would
point
love
in
to.
time. And I'm telling you, I'm just excited about this new venture.
Me too.
This teaching this, or not teaching it, but really expressing this bold and unique living
Mhm.
is like really out there for me. It's who I am
Yeah.
to the core. It really is. And I've just always wanted to do that, but now had to find a way to really present that. And a lot of my show, I love the scenery of downtown Dallas. I love downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
But we're gonna travel with this show. We're gonna go different places. I want to talk to people. I want to meet the community. And I just want to get out there and see what people want.
Yeah.
And not even see what they want, but for them to understand, do you know that you're probably not being you, and what that looks like? They probably even never been told that.
Yeah.
Then they hear it on TV or social media, but they need to know, what does that look like for me? And so with this show and with us being in a community, I want people to break free, because it's only when they break free, because here's the thing, I may not know them, and they may live 2,000-3,000 miles away, but I'm still connected to them.
Definitely.
That's the crazy part that people don't understand. So their gifts and their talent has to come out in order for something in me to survive or go further.
Yeah.
But we don't recognize the connection that each of us have here on this earth. Because
Yeah.
like you said, our minds can't even flow that far away, because we're so used to being in a box.
Yeah.
And we're told A, B, C, and D, and we cannot comprehend that you need me,
Yeah.
and I need you at some point, in whatever case that may be, but we need each other. And I know,
Oh, we
know.
definitely need each other.
Yeah.
I mean, would you, if there was only 1,000 people left on the earth, would you go buy those new shoes? Would you go buy that new camera? I don't think so. You know what I mean? And it's so. There's definitely this need to have people
Yes.
around.
It
People
is.
around you. Even being a human being is like, it's. I feel like being alive and life in general is the greatest technology that will ever exist.
Yes.
It's almost like a ride for the soul. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes.
And so I feel like just being a human being is the chances is astronomical. You know what I mean? And to have a globe full of human beings, you know, we really need to figure out ways of connecting to each other's like internal self.
Yes.
And instead
Not
of
the
the
outside.
exterior,
Yes, yes.
which is what's prominent these days.
Yeah, because you don't want my outside. You want the inside, the core of
Exactly.
who I am.
Exactly.
Yes.
If someone pays for your creative service, that they're paying for all those years that you've spent building
Yes.
that craft, and they're paying for your mind, they're paying for your hands,
Your
you know?
blood, sweat,
Yeah,
and tears. Because
exactly.
it didn't start, it started when you were little.
Yeah.
When you fell and bumped your knee, that was a pain leading, and we don't understand that every step and every moment in our life was a step towards us sitting here today.
Definitely.
I mean, you didn't cry every night for no reason. I didn't cry every night because I'm serious. We were talking earlier. You wear this thing. When you got this gift inside of you, breathing, living, and it's pulling and tugging on you, you cry for this thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't see no way
Yeah.
how it's going to happen. You absolutely can't see any way.
We can't see, you know, we can't see the way for a huge reason. You know what I mean? Like when we're born into this world, you know, we're like this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then over time things just get stacked and
Yes,
stacked
yes.
and stacked on top of like who you really are.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whether it be the pressures of school, pressures of a job, pressures of your parents, pressures of your friends, it just stacks and stacks and stacks where
Yes.
you eventually just lose yourself.
Yes.
And it's up to people to really pull that off of you
Yes.
to see who you really are.
Yes.
You know,
And you need
and
that.
that's the huge problem, is that everyone is suffocating from the pressures of what you need to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we're suffocating. So
Yes.
within the group of Normal Network, we know that, and we pull that off of each other so that we can, you know, progress and you know, and grow from that. You know.
Wow. Well, I want to say this real quick because we're running out of time and we will be back. But you are bold and unique. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And I want you to think about this. Before you had discovered who you are, if you're still walking in the fake person, every decision that you've made to this point probably has not been the right decision. And I want you to continue to join us here at Bold and Unique Living with Katrina Locos.